Real Madrid created an XG of 3.6 against Barcelona, and it's all due to Xabi Alonso's perfect game plan. Madrid lined up in a 4-1-4-1 on paper, but it was entirely different on the pitch. On the right, Alonso used the combination between Bellingham, Camavinga and Valverde to progress the ball, while on the left, it was mainly Vinicius being fed by Carreras. As Barca pressed the wide regions with their wingers, there was space behind them. Whenever the press was late for a second, Valverde played a quick pass behind Rashford, and either Camavinga or Bellingham moved from the inside areas to the touchline to bypass the first line of press. The fullback couldn't jump high, as he would be pinned back. The bold side centre midfielder could be pinned by Goulet's roaming movement in between the lines. This was a constant theme in the first half, and it bypassed Barca's first line of press. Then Madrid will either play directly to Mbappe or play inside to Güler, who could then switch the play to Vinicius. This brilliant tactical idea created a lot of 1v1 situations for Vinicius, and he was excellent in his duels against Koundé. On the left, the build-up was done by the trio of Carreras, Tchouaméni and Güler. They formed these mini rondos in the half spaces to beat the press, and again Madrid can either release Vinicius through the gap between the centre back and right back, or play inside and use central combinations to progress the ball. The moment when they break the first line of press, they want to attack the goal as quickly as possible. This is where the Real Madrid DNA comes into action. They want to release their quickest runner against a vulnerable backline, and for that, Alonso had two killer ball specialists in Bellingham and Güler. This means he can constantly release those through balls to his best finisher. So the whole idea was to break the first line of press and then use the technical ability of both Güler and Bellingham to release Mbappe. They scored their first goal with the same idea. Since Barca is using a double pivot, there will be space available in the half spaces. Barca's first line will be pressing high, and Madrid managed to find Bellingham behind this first line. Since Pedri and De Jong can't cover the whole width of the pitch, Bellingham can receive freely. Then he used his technical ability to beat Pedri by pushing Camavinga from midfield to attack the backline. Madrid has already stretched the backline, and this will naturally create the gap between the centre backs. So here Alonso got the best out of his players with this setup. He utilized the technical ability of Bellingham to beat the pressure and Mbappe's skill in making quick runs to create a perfect goal. Mbappe thrives on these through balls as he is an excellent finisher in 1v1s against keeper. So there were a lot of similar situations where Madrid play this kind of through balls. In some cases, it will be done after they won the possession, and they will look to release Mbappe or Vinicius before Barca gets in shape. Barca had no answer to this tactic, as Flick only had two centre midfielders to cover the whole midfield. They were unable to protect the half spaces, and Madrid punished them. However, Barca had their chances against Madrid. They barely survived in some situations due to excellent defending from Militao and Tchouaméni, while Camavinga was always there for help during counterattacks. From a technical point of view, Yamal had a poor game according to his standards, and there are a lot more to talk about the technical things. But from a tactical point of view, Alonso had a better game plan to exploit Barca's defensive approach, and it ultimately gave them the victory.